Assalamualaikum and hi Madam Zaina. We are from BA 2434A. Today, we will present about the comparison successful leader, which is Sheryl, Sandberg and Koum. First of all, let me introduce myself and my group members. My name is Maizatul Hazrin binti Mesdi, followed by Nur Shafarika binti Shafi'i, Nurul Alis binti Badrul Hisam, and Nur Shahzwani binti Muhammad Fauzai. Without further ado, let me introduce both of the leader profile. To begin with, Sheryl Kara Sandberg, also known as Sheryl Sandberg, is born in August 28, 1969 at Washington, D.C. Sheryl further studied in bachelor degree in economics of Harvard University in Cambridge from 1987 to 1991. Then, she continued masters in business administration from 1993 until 1995. After finishing her master, Sheryl worked as management consultant at McKinsey & Company for 1 year. From 1996 to 2001, she worked as a chief of staff at U.S. Department of the Treasury. Sheryl also has experience worked at Google as general manager for 8 years. In 2008, until this day, Sheryl worked at Facebook as the Chief Operating Officer. There are 3 achievements of Sheryl Sandberg that I have found. Number 1, Sheryl Sandberg is one of Silicon Valley's most successful women, famous for executive positions at Apple, Google, Yahoo, and Facebook. Number 2, Sheryl is the first female Facebook board of directors, and lastly, author of numerous popular management books with the feminine value. Meanwhile, Koum is born in February 24, 1976 in Ukraine. After finishing his high school, Koum further studied in computer science and mathematics at San Jose State University in 1994. Koum has part-time work experience when he still studied at San Jose University and fully worked as infrastructure engineer of Yahoo from 1997 until 2007. In 2009 until 2018, Koum worked as Chief Executive Officer of WhatsApp. Koum also has made a big achievement in his life by establishing WhatsApp with his friend and one of the 400 most affluent businessmen in the US in 2014. Now, let me show you the successful story of both leaders. Sandberg's journey to the top of the IT business was very remarkable. She struggled in arithmetic in high school and went to Harvard without access to the internet or a mobile for her undergraduate studies. Her road to becoming a top IT executive began at the World Bank, where she worked as a research assistant for head economist Larry Summers, before returning to continue study at Harvard for her MBA. She supplemented her income while working at the World Bank by teaching aerobics courses. After some time, Sandberg traveled to California in 2001 to work for Google as the vice president of the worldwide online sales and operations. Sandberg was in charge of advertising sales and a variety of products, including Google Books. Then, Mark Zuckerberg offered Sandberg to join Facebook as a Chief Operating Officer in 2008. He oversees the company's business operations with a particular emphasis on international expansion. Koum's success began when he still studied at San Jose University, when he taught himself computer networking and was ready to begin his next assignment. This is when he discovered his passion for programming and enrolled at San Jose State University. After working at Ernst & Young for around 6 months, Jen was offered as an infrastructure engineer at Yahoo. Koum was still a student at San Jose State University at the time. For Koum, Yahoo had become a source of boredom. At the age of 31, he quit Yahoo and took some time off to travel the world with a friend who had also left. Both of them applied for jobs at Facebook but were rejected. 2 years later, Jen bought an iPhone. He saw the promise of the software store and started programming code for a new software that would make communication and interaction easier. Then, Koum was very frustrated and on the verge of giving up, but stayed with his innovation for a little longer. And in 2009, at the age of 33, he co-founded WhatsApp with his friend Brian Acton. It had 400 million members globally in 2014, and the owner decided to sell it to Facebook for 19 billion. Now, I will pass the next slide to Ms. Shazwani.
Thank you, Ms. Maizatul. I will present about the personality traits that are found from both leaders, which is Sheryl Sandberg and Koum. I have found an interesting personality traits from them, and I want to share it with you so you can see that this personality helps them to become who they are in these days. First of all, let's start with Sheryl Sandberg. In her personality traits, she is an educated person. She took major economic business study at Harvard University. From this experience, it shows that she has a knowledge about these studies and use it to reach her goals. Furthermore, she also responsible with her duties in her job. Based on my research, it said that she has given a job in Google organization at Google Incorporated to manage climate change, public health, and poverty. Lastly, she is creative person because she managed to come up with a plan that helps Facebook to become successful. She has made Facebook company to become profitable by creating advertising strategy so the consumer will able to use this application. So, we have heard about Sheryl Sandberg's personality traits. Now, I will tell you about another amazing leader's personality traits, which is Koum. As you can see, it said that he is passionate person. It is because he passionate about the computer and software until he bought the manual about it to gain knowledge. Next, he is innovative person. It shows that he has created WhatsApp in 2019 because he saw the potential of iPhone has made to the consumer. In this era, Apple Store has been made and it allows people to create the application, so he saw his chance and grabbed it. Last but not least, he also hardworking person because he has hustled until he reached his goals. To support this statement, he has mentioned that he has been worked hard to understand network engineering and got offer from St. John's University. That's all about the personality traits of Sheryl Sandberg and Koum. I will pass to Ms. Alish for the next slide.
Thank you, Ms. Shazwani. Now, my turn to explain the leadership style of Sheryl Sandberg and Koum. As for Sheryl Sandberg, she is a transformational leader who inspires, act as role model and intellectually stimulate, develop or mentor their followers, thus having a profound and extraordinary effect on them. Sheryl Sandberg celebrates her employee successes and believes that praise encourages people to do better work. Sheryl Sandberg also recognizes her colleagues' accomplishments and feels that praising them motivates them to perform effectively and efficiently. Next, Sheryl Sandberg is a laissez-faire leader that concentrates mostly on distributing a large number of tasks to team members, while providing little to no monitoring. Sheryl Sandberg is receptive to other people's suggestions, and the employees do not feel afraid to come to her if got any problems because she always responds and helps them to find solutions. In addition, Sheryl Sandberg is a visionary leader that inspires colleagues and garners stars for new ideas. Visionary leaders have the capacity to accelerate growth and usher in moments of change. Sheryl Sandberg always sets expectations or standards for all who work for her, and Sheryl Sandberg may have a goal or method, but she will change her mind if someone else makes a compelling case for it. Now, let's take a look at Koum's leadership style. First, Koum is a transformational leader as he was rejected but still stay focused and do something great that made him miles on his way. Koum and the whole team focus on building a communication service that is as fast, affordable, and personal as possible, while WhatsApp can grow the flexibility and expand. Not to forget that Koum has successfully transformed communication services by introducing WhatsApp as a new application for people to communicate all around the world. Next is situational leadership. Koum is known as a transformational leader as he created WhatsApp to make people easy to communicate with one another, follow the changes of current needs and technology. Last but not least, Koum is a visionary leader because he had a clear vision and understood exactly what the product was going to be that made him not give up to try some more time. He never quit and give up on his clear mission and continued to focus on it despite thinking of another idea until now he becomes successful that WhatsApp is used by millions of people. Koum literally wants to make the world more open and connected by developing WhatsApp that people love to use every day, and he will not stop until every person on the planet has an affordable and reliable way to communicate with no interference. For the next point, I will pass to Miss Shafarika.
Thank you, Ms. Mazatul, Shazwani, and Alice. Now, let's move on to discussion on traits and leadership style for both of them. Now, first, let's take a look for Sheryl Sandberg. From my opinion, she is very relevant and effective leader. This is because she inspired many people, especially women, by her spirit and achievement. She is a COO of Facebook and was the first female Facebook board of director. She also served on the board of several other companies such as Yahoo, Google, and Apple. She is an optimist person. She never backs down. She follows what she believes and does her best to abide by her own principle. She is always calling out to women to take a seat at the table, which means take on leadership roles, not just be a mother at home. It is difficult to put a person's leadership style into one category, but if you had to choose one more than any others, Sheryl Sandberg worked as a transformational leader. As a transformational leader, she celebrates her employees' success and believes that praise encourages people to do better work. The style also involves setting high expectations. Anyone working under her can expect to put in their whole effort on every project. She is always thinking about future and working on the present to shape the future. She does not only prepare people to success position after others, she also prepares people who will be succeeding after them. She is always 3 steps ahead of others. By her smart leadership style, she managed to help Facebook by increasing their revenue by 38% in 2018 and turning it from a 56 million losses to a 21.1 billion profit in 2018. Anyway, I love one of her best quotes, which is said, most leadership positions are held by men, so women don't achieve them, and that becomes one of the reasons they don't. Now, let's take a look at Koum. From my opinion, he also a relevant leader. Koum is an Ukraine-American billionaire businessman and computer programmer. He is the co-founder and was the CEO of WhatsApp, a mobile messaging application which was acquired by Facebook. Why I say he is a relevant leader? He is passionate and hardworking. Anyone who wants to learn about turning a passion into a successful career should pay attention to Koum. He was born in a poor village outside of the United States and his family immigrated to California. He had a job sweeping floors to earn some money, and he always had an interest in computers. He was able to learn about how to develop strong computer skills. Yahoo recognized his skills and hired him, and he eventually founded WhatsApp. Facebook bought the app for billions of dollars, and Koum is a billionaire now. He showed the world that hard work and dedication can spark amazing opportunities. Plus, he has a clear vision. There is no leader in the world that does not have a vision for himself, for the company he runs, and the people who work for him or her. A leader with a vision is driven by a plan in mind and a think about his company and its future. This man worked very hard and keep himself updated with the latest business and societal trends and have a very different perspective about the world and do not hesitate to take a risk and go for unconventional decision for business. He also believed in focusing on one thing and one thing only. He said, I only have one idea, that is WhatsApp, and I am going to continue to focus on that. I have no plans to build any other ideas. And as you can see now, WhatsApp is one of the most popular global messaging apps. In addition, he has an innovative approach. One of the best traits of a good business leader is that these guys have a very innovative approach towards things like their products, the company image, the way to cater to customer needs, and product design. If you know a business leader, you will see that they have a very out-of-the-box ideas and approaches. They are always open to new ideas and carry out discussions without making a move. Apart from that, an innovative leader always encourages people to come up with the craziest ideas and always let people who participate the most in brainstorming session. As a conclusion, we can summarize that both of them have a great personality and leadership style. With good leadership, you can create a vision and can motivate people to make it a reality. A good leader can inspire everyone in an organization to achieve their very best, and it can improve organizational improvement outcomes. As we can see, WhatsApp and Facebook are the most used and popular in communication and social networking industry. We can conclude that Sheryl Sandberg and Koum prove that leadership is the ability to direct a group of people in realizing a common goal. This is done by people applying their leadership and attributes. Leaders create commitment and enthusiasm amongst followers to achieve goals. That's all from us. Thank you.